Alright guys, Coach Jamie here. In this video we're going to discuss the attack triangle. Let's start with the obvious. A triangle consists of 3 points. Coincidentally, we have 3 forwards. The attack triangle will usually consist of those forwards, although defensemen are encouraged to jump into the play, and thus defensemen could participate in the triangle as well. So here's our 3 forwards, and we have the triangle. The magic of the attack triangle comes from a couple concepts. First, the triangle gives width to our attack, causing the defenders to defend more ice. So we've got width. Second, the triangle gives depth to our attack, causing the defenders to need to defend more ice. So we've got depth. Third, 2 defenders cannot defend all 3 players in the triangle formation. 1 defenseman could defend 3 players in a straight line, as in this case the defender just kind of stays close to the first guy in the line and passes really can't be made through any of these guys without the defender being able to disrupt it. Or a defenseman, one single defenseman, could defend 3 players that are all bunched up. Like in this case, everybody's so tight the defenseman could put his stick out and kind of cover everybody. But even 2 defensemen can't defend 3 players in a proper triangle. When done properly, each player participating in the attack triangle has 2 options to move the puck to. So you see my 3 forwards here. They each, right wing can pass to the center or the left wing can pass to the center or the right wing. Basically, each one of them has 2 options to move the puck to. While people generally think of the attack triangle in the offensive zone near the goal, as we just drew it previously, the attack triangle really starts on the breakout with the defenseman initiating the breakout, as well as the winger and the center. In this case, we have a triangle. In reality, if this lefty's partner is responsible, he actually has another option here as well as the triangle. The attack triangle then reforms in the neutral zone with all 3 forwards joining the rush. In order to efficiently move through the neutral zone and make ourselves harder to defend, we need to keep width and depth to our attack. We like to have the puck carrier moving up the center of the ice so he has options. For the sake of our discussion, we'll call him the center, but he can be whichever forward has the puck. We like to have a forward on either side near the boards. For this discussion, we'll call them the wingers, but one can be a center if it turns out that the winger is rushing the puck up the center. And the wingers near both sideboards, in this case it's our left wing and our right wing, provide width to our attack. The nature and the timing of our breakout usually results in one winger being ahead of the other, and thus we have depth to our attack. Actually, it's a combination of having one up ahead and one a little bit behind, but that gives us depth to our attack, which makes us harder to defend. Put together, we have width and depth to our attack via an attack triangle. Obviously here I drew the triangle in terms of passes that could be made. Center has 2 options to hit. If he passes over this winger, he has an option here, or really they can pass back, but again, you see the triangle. At zone entry, the attack triangle reforms again. The center lead passes to the F1 via the dish wide across the blue line, creating width. The center, now F2, drives the net with center drive, creating depth. The F3 enters as a third man high, adding more width and depth. We again have ourselves an attack triangle. Once we're in the offensive zone, we need to be constantly aware of keeping our attack triangle intact as the play continues to keep our attack dangerous and to make ourselves hard to defend. In order to do that, our triangle may need to grow or shrink, increasing or decreasing our width and depth. For instance, if the defenders are lazy and basically staying at the net front, we can shrink our triangle to get closer and increase our chances of getting a quality shot. In this case, the defensemen are pretty tight to the net. We're pretty spread out. Why not shrink our box a little, or shrink our triangle a little bit so we can get a little bit closer to net? Now everybody's shot is potentially dangerous. We can probably make more effective, quicker passes. If a defender pressures one of our forwards, we may need to grow the triangle to create outlet options for him. In this case, let's just say this defenseman goes and pinches over on our F2. Well, now it might be hard for him to feed a pass over, so why can't our box, or our, I keep saying box, why can't our triangle reshape itself and grow a little bit? Now that F2 has options again. He's got 2 options. We've got our triangle again. And our triangle may need to rotate. For example, if one of our players goes into the corner, one forward may need to shift towards the boards and the other behind the net to give him options and reform our triangle. In this case, F2 goes to the corner. There's a couple defenders between him and F1. Why can't F3 kind of come over this way a little bit and F1 shift below the net? Once again, now we have two options, two outlet options for this guy, and we still have our triangle. Well, this may all seem to be getting complicated. The key to keeping the triangle intact, the right size, and rotating the right way is simple. Both players without the puck must just watch the puck carrier and make sure that he has two options to pass to. Or even simpler, make sure there's not a defender between you and the puck carrier. If that is not the case, you need to move. This defenseman moves in between. F1, let's say F2 has the puck, F1 realizes there's a defender in between, and F1 just needs to move somewhere. Maybe he moves over here, maybe he comes over here. Either way, he's giving F2 two options, right? If both forwards without the puck move into a position where there's not a defender between them and the puck carrier, then the attack triangle will just be there. So the attack triangle is a key to playing smart hockey, and that's what we want to see out of you guys.